have to remember, I thought Keith and Bobby assembled a team and even had people like Cretia, Dayer, Damaris tell them all my secrets. And I said at one point, I thought when Keith got this illegal line to my phone, me and Keith began to communicate like we were having an affair. And then as I'm needing comfort, talking about what's going on in my world, I'm disclosing events of my day, and he's controlling my day, making my day even worse. I said that Keith Ellison knew as a congressional leader that I was suing his wife. And in 2010, 2011, him and Barack Obama began to conspire. And as him and Barack Obama began to conspire using friends and family, specific to Linda Baker, a Disney cruise, Andrea Faulkner, where I thought, that Caribbean cruise he sent them on, and then the Disney cruise you went on might have been payoff. And I started looking back and, tallying up what I thought Keith and Bobby was doing. And as I did that, I started auditing, and I said, Rebecca, auto. Now let's audit some people because I thought they owed me a lot of money. I thought that Keith, as congressional leader, did this deal with Barack Obama. I thought Senator Bobby Joe Champion was the budgeter of that deal. And then anybody under him, Don Samuels, as a city council, Jeremiah, might have access to those funds and get to play games. Like when Kim Ellison's district had Shayla keep an egg. Ninth grade, I believe, Shayla was babysitting an egg. So I started looking at the dogs that people were carrying around under, this game. And as you practice to get off drugs and you want to be a parent, they gave you a dog, right? And as they were giving people dogs to care for, they were giving you welfare COVID funds as you allowed them to study you. And as you allowed them to study you, and then you got these drugs that the pharmaceutical companies was giving you, because of the drugs that you were using, like me. I said marijuana was the only drug I used, so I thought they were experimenting on me using weed, which again was the non-THC flower, and they were putting medicinal drugs that they were calling good for me on that. And it was causing me to be suicidal. It was causing me to be anxious, dry mouth. I thought it was even fucking with my fingernails. I thought these people through this illegal contract with Keith Bobby Ilhan now went above and beyond. I thought that they were controlling me through my ex, Michael Cooper Sr., who again could act as if we're married behind closed doors, getting a fake fucking divorce, and then he's paying for my shelter, he's paying for my motherfucking car, and he used my children in the middle, right? As him and his girlfriend, which could be Andrea, could be Dayer, could be Damaris, it could be any family member, any non-family member, Tratrina, Worrell. With that being said, I said people like him looking like Bobby Joe Champion. Does he look like Bobby? There's a whole store down there that if you're hood, you could buy a cigarette from. But obviously he don't know that in the Impala. So I thought of Bobby Joe Champion, son, on this Sunday, Rev Mac. And remember Reverend McAfee, I said that we could be playing a marital game where people like that Shiloh Temple, where I went to one motherfucking sermon, and I thought that he was mocking me and Michael Cooper, and I thought as that, pastor at the Shiloh Temple was mocking me, it made me think about Pastor Bonds when I arrived there, and she had that soft pink room set up, Uncle Babe, where Mary Johnson Roy, again, no offense, I thought was playing this game where she thought she was getting funds, because she might have killed my daughter, right? Jackie Baker, Linda Ilhan, cleaning up the streets of Minnesota where all the activity on the corner happens, because they watch the news and they hear about it on the news. Said they were cleaning up the corner stores where all these foreigners owned the corner stores. So now, as they were cleaning up the corner stores, they got the weed off the corners, they got the meth off the corners. I thought they were now delivering it through DoorDash, where their pharmaceutical companies was now hand-picking the drugs you got, including the drugs I got, the marijuana, hand-picking the people. I thought that when they said they were ending menthol, and they said it was better for you, that the United States was going above and beyond and denying you access to equal nicotine. Just because somebody don't want to smoke don't mean that they don't, get to take your menthol, right? They don't get to take your nicotine because that's fair trade in America. But again, that's a drug, and you don't know what's in your drugs. So I said, as an experiment, they were now putting weird things in your Newports, thus certain companies not selling them, thus Lorillard not being the makers, going back to R.J. Reynolds, where R.J. Reynolds was now, again, allowing their product, which might be different than Lorillard's, to be on the market. So I said, for me, Sharon Martin, Keith Ellison, Bobby Joe Champion, playing a grant game, might have got the biggest state city education grant under Donald Trump. I don't know. It could be under Joe Biden and his wife with Michelle, like I said. I don't know. I don't really care. I just know I thought had this online through the app, maybe iPhone, where you could train your dog online and get this harness for him. And then people got these fake badges. Talk about they had trained service animals. So when they were saying Rex was a trained service animal, I said, no, Rex is a protect and serve dog. He was protecting me. And every time Rex needed to protect me, he stood up to the cause. Me and Keenan came here, right? Me and Keenan used to come here. This was the first place they fixed up under Joe and Barack Obama money. Keenan, as they took you, right? That's what I'm saying. It smelled like piss.